All right. Welcome back to another episode of Precision Tune Radio. My name is Pablo, and I'm your host of this podcast. First, I need you guys to do me a favor real quick. Make sure to follow and like us on Facebook at Precision Tune Studios and Instagram at Precision Tune Studios. There's an extra S there. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, whether it's YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, SoundCloud, TuneIn Radio, wherever you guys listen to us on. Please go hit that follow or subscribe button as well. It'll definitely help us out. And to our main sponsor of the show, if you guys need a music video done, photos for your next album or single, art cover, or live performance, or just to have some content for your social media pages, hit up JRM Imaging on Instagram at Joe Milkshake. Now, 6 years ago today, we launched this platform here for up and coming artists to soak up game, of how it is in the music industry, how to make it. My very first episode that I had featured Zig Zag from NB Ridaz. And very humble guy. Um, I just thought he was the perfect person to speak to. So today we have Dose of NB
What's going
Ridaz,
down? What's going down?
and we also have Andres, right?
Yes, sir.
Drummer of NB Ridaz. All
That's right.
right.
Oh well, first and foremost, I'll say congratulations on your spot. I think it's dope that you did something like this, and that's gonna help local artists or upcoming artists, and that you guys actually have something here besides Mr. G's. You know, no, man, it's a cool thing what you're doing, and congratulations on that.
Thank you, man.
That's what's
I
up.
really appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, like we were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
When I was coming up, there wasn't really anything out here for us,
Right,
and that's
right.
exactly what this is about. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you guys coming out. I know we're on a little tight schedule. You guys are out here for the Monsters, or what is it? Monsters and Miches?
Yeah, something like that.
Michelada Festival.
Michelada
Yeah,
Fest.
Yeah,
Michelada.
there we go. There we go. Oh, yeah, there we go.
And we're here for you, Mother Day. Just bottom line, we're here for you. This is your time right now, so it's all you, and whatever you need from us.
Okay, absolutely. Well, all right. So, Dose, I kind of want to start from the beginning with you, okay? Um, Before it was NB Ridaz, it was
Yeah,
Nastyboy Klick,
that's right.
NBK, right? That was formed 95, 96.
97. Their album came out in 98, I believe, that year.
Okay,
Yeah, so
okay,
around there. Yeah, around there.
okay. So when that formed and it came together, there was a lot more members in there.
There's about 20 members, like Wu-Tang Clan back then.
Oh
Yeah,
man, everybody.
we're about six
Yeah.
members.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when did you come into the picture?
Actually, myself and Zig Zag, we're already a group. We known each other since high school days, but me and Zig, it was cool because we were rival schools. And they'd always say, hey, man, you should go against Zig, this guy Zig, or whatever. And I'm like, who's that? But at that time, we were like more of hip-hop dancers. So
Oh,
we used to do
okay.
all that stuff, but I was from a different high school, whatever. And they would always say, you guys got to go against each other, this dude. And we're like, well, we're from the same hood. But, and I was like, all right, well, whenever we meet up or whatever. And next thing you know, we went into the whole rap scene. We started doing that. And they're like, hey, this guy Zig Zag, he does that too. I go, damn. So, later on, we ended up hooking up. We went under the other different names. It was just me and him. And it's just when me and Zig hooked up, it was like if we belonged together.
It was that chemistry.
Yeah, it was that chemistry right
Yeah, yeah.
away, Even though me and Zig are two different lifestyles,
Yeah.
but we clicked when it came to the song or the rap or whatever it was, we were both right there, like in sync.
Oh, cool, cool.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just the chemistry's there, brother.
Okay, so then you guys came together, and
Yeah.
then you guys
Then,
joined it.
yeah, well, then when we jumped in, what happened is that, man, it's a long story. It's a dope story. I actually want to write a book. The way we met up with Magic and all that, but
Yeah.
it's a crazy story. I'll tell you a little piece.
Okay.
There's one guy back then. His name was. Me and Zig were like, we're from the streets, brother. All we knew was street stuff and talking
Yeah.
about stuff that nobody wants to hear really. And There's this dude named Johnny Ray. And this guy, Johnny Ray, he knew Zig. And I guess Johnny Ray knew Magic also. So to cut it short, Magic wanted to do this show where he got to open up for BIG and all them. But Magic, he's a little older, ahead of us
Yeah.
some years. So he was already doing his thing and trying to get into that major way, major platform. So Johnny Ray got Magic to perform, to open up actually for all these, big, Biggie and all them. And then he goes, but I guess later said, Magic, you owe me one. So when he heard about us, he goes, you guys are the next big thing. I go, you guys, and we're just like, we're like, we went behind there, like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody tells you, oh, yeah, and we're like, no. To make it short, this guy, Zig goes, hey, there's this guy that wants to hear you and this and that. And so when we did that, I go, well, we just say we're the next big thing, this and that. And when he heard us, and then I go, cool, what are we gonna do now? He goes, just be ready. So one day, and this dude, his chick, his bodyguard, she used to wear a trench coat, and she used to bring a shotgun on the side,
Oh, shit.
you know? And that was his bodyguard, supposedly. But I didn't know he was in the wrong business too. I guess he was. He'd be rolling people like that. So he picks me up at close to 1 a.m, knocks on the door, bang, 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 bang. We're like, oh man, what's going on? So he goes, Dose, you gotta come out. I'm like, bro, it's like 1, what's up? And I just came out. We're gonna go record right now, this and that. And I'm like, what? This and that. And Zig goes, let's just go. And I'm like, all right, shoot. So here we go. Next thing you know, he took us to Magic's house. So now he's banging at Magic's house at 2 a.m. Dun, dun, dun. I go, Zig, dude, what's up with this dude? Don't say nothing. And then he comes out and goes, hey, come on. He goes, well, what's up, Johnny? Hey, remember I told you? He went right to it. He goes, these guys are the next big thing. You gotta work with these guys. You gotta hook them up. You gotta record them. And Magic's like, okay. No, now. You gotta record them now. We're like, oh, Zig, like, dude, what's up, dude? And Zig wouldn't say nothing. And then next thing you know, he made them. So we went to his Magic had a studio. Magic always had a studio. And we recorded stuff, and he liked us. He goes, that's cool, but it's not what I do. And we're like, oh, cool, hey, it is what it is. Thanks for the opportunity. We're always cool like that, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for the opportunity. Next thing you know, later on, Magic calls Zig, and during the lunchtime, at that time, they want to record AZ side, and he had told me prior to that, he goes, hey, Dos, you want to work on the studio, do a track? Yeah. He goes, what are you doing? I'm just working on songs too. He goes, well, we'll just work on something. So they already had done AZ side. So next thing you know, he calls me, and I didn't believe him. Just like everybody else, you don't believe him at that time. You're nobody.
Right.
And he called me, hey, you coming to the studio? You ready? And I was like, oh, yeah. He goes, so on the way over there, that's when I wrote Down for Yours. My verse is Down for Yours. And I was already in a different group also.
Oh, okay.
So, and when I got there, I started doing my verse and this and that, and everything, went cool on it. Zig wasn't on it, but at the time, Magic was working on his album. Now, when Magic working on his album, he thought, man, this is too good. This sounded really good. So next thing you know, that's when he talked to us. Like, hey, man, I'm thinking about making a group. And we're like, okay, well, and what do you guys think? I go, okay, well, since you guys are the first ones from Nastyboy Records, we'll call it Nastyboy Klick. And that's when it was Bookie and Sly and myself and Zig. So that's how it became a group. And that's when we started that. But there's a lot of in-betweens that of the story that people don't know. I come from nothing either, brother, and like I always tell people, that's why I never spoke about anything, what happened already happened. But the in-between stories about when we got signed, and this is for all artists now. If you're gonna get signed, you really got to know what you're getting yourself into, who you're getting signed to, and how much you're getting back, and make sure at all times. And I tell my cousin, too, you got to be registered. If you're not registered, you're doing it for nothing. Guess who's getting your money? Have you ever seen the Temptations?
I don't think I ever
No,
watched it. I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever watched it.
watch that. You
Okay.
have to watch that because there's a big message on. There's always that one guy,
Uh huh.
and you know the Cumbia Kings, right?
Yeah.
There's always an AB in every group.
Mm.
Now, do you understand what I mean by that?
Like,
An AB Quintanilla. Is the group together? Are they? The Cumbia
are they
Kings?
together?
No,
Okay. No.
none of them. So none of the
Okay.
original members are there anymore.
Okay.
Then they'll tell you we have like kind of like the same story. 112, we have the same story as there's this Diddy. So
Oh,
as
I see what you're saying.
you know
Okay.
what I'm saying? And when we got signed, we thought, and it was a major label that came after us.
Yeah.
And at that time, you know, Magic has been trying to get signed for over, at that time, because he's 10 years older than us.
Okay.
So Lost in Love, it was in 91. That song's from way back.
Yeah.
And when all this stuff was happening, we thought we were getting signed to the major one. So what happened is he signed us to his label. He signed himself to the big label.
Oh.
So if
Okay.
you do the math, who really got paid?
Yeah.
Not understanding, we didn't understand the game.
Mm-hmm.
You let it pass, you let it go. We went behind the ear, but I did I got paid 10 grand just for being on that album. And you know, 10 grand, I never saw nothing in my life that just
Yeah.
added to me like that. There it is. So I was happy. Go cool, whatever. And hey, you know what? He deserved it because he brought the group together. You know, and like he gave us an opportunity to be on his platform.
Right.
But
Right.
at the same time, they signed us because of us, not
Mm.
because of him.
Okay.
So yes, and a lot of people. Let me tell you this: if you can do a song and it was the other person's studio, you need to know that that master belongs to who?
Studio.
It's the guy who's
Okay.
paid for the studio, the guy who's there.
Okay.
That was his studio, so everything starts belonging to him. You know where, and you should get your flowers and everything if you know if you produced it and all that.
Right.
No
Right.
problem, none of that. You know, I got for compensated for what I did by myself. You know, for what I wrote or whatever I do. And as the story goes on, brother, is that was part of nobody knows him the
Mm.
way I was at a time. I was his right hand.
Okay.
You know, that's why I always said when people didn't like him or whatever, they said something bad. I go, just that's cool if you don't like him. Just don't talk to me about it.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I had his back regardless.
Sure.
Just like Zig. You know, if you don't like that's cool. Just don't talk to me. I could talk about him, but not you.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like fam.
Right.
And but there's a lot of even now where he puts us to the side and he talks really bad about us, which I think if people would understand what we've gone through behind the scenes, because I know a lot, and like I said, you're the second one. I haven't sold any. You just made me feel comfortable,
Okay.
and there's reasons why. You know, I'm just like, okay, I know this is gonna happen, and there's a lot of things that people don't know behind the scenes, and I wish they understood. And by us, because they went through a lot, brother. Even because there was a time when 2006, 2007, I lost my son. So I was mourning, bro. I didn't want to do nothing. You understand? And he even used that as an excuse that those left the music business, da da da.
Mm.
So it would leave Zig by himself.
Yeah.
And at the same time, if they're not getting along, and there's still a lot in between that, brother.
Right.
A
Right.
lot in between all that. Where Zig would go do shows, brother, and they would be in the same cart, the same show, and guess who would get kicked out of it or something would happen? Zig, because Magic had more juice. If we were here all doing an interview together, guess who would talk the most? Because he felt, you know, that, or if we would say so, he would jump in right away, start playing his talk box. And there's times they would say that we're jealous of the talk box. It's not that we're jealous, brother. It's just we're human too. And
Yeah.
uh, you're only in your platform because we helped you get there. At the same time, you helped us. I'll never take that away from him. You know what I'm saying? Um, but great family, man. No disrespect to anybody.
Yeah.
I was cool with everybody. Like I say, his wife, everybody, his kids. But when it comes to the business, I do wish people would really acknowledge, like, damn, there has to be a reason why they're not together. And he always gives a story like we never existed. He wanted to kill the name NB Ridaz. When we went to I'm moving forward, to the reunion,
Yeah.
I sat down with them and, hey, you think you guys will want to go? My wife don't want to do this. She don't think it's a good idea. I go, man, we're grown men, bro. I go, we never had beef like that.
Hmm.
Why wouldn't it work? You know. So next thing you know, we start talking about money situation,
Yeah.
and he lied about that too. We even found out what he was charging. We're maybe getting like 10% what we was charging, and that was a slap in the face too. While the only reason he wanted to do the reunion is because at that time he was trying to get the name taken away from us. So he already started paperwork, and the only reason he did that, the whole reunion, was because he had to show proof that he was moving on as NB Riders, and he's been doing this. And where Zig already had a whole thing. Well, we've been doing shows here and there, da da da.
Yeah.
Whenever I could, I would go help him.
Hmm.
Let's go do a show. So next thing you know, we were right, he was wrong. We won the name. So the proof is there. We
Oh,
own the
okay.
name now. And when at that time he would introduce us like that. You all ready for MC Magic and the NB Riders?
Mm.
When we are doing the reunion, this was like the biggest. I think this is when it really hit me that it was more embarrassing for me and Zig that sold out show. We're there, we're signing autographs, but all we were signing is MC Magic shirts, posters, da da da. And people are like, "Hey, where's the NB Rider stuff? Where's it?" And we're like, and he would hear it, but he ignored it. Yes, we got paid to go sign, but at the same time, it's like what do you do?
Yeah.
Either, and me and Zig have been a lot about the fans. It's very important to us. The fans are so. When we won the name and all that with Zig, he got to like drag Zig right in the hole, bro. Like really bad. Zig was for a point where if you tell his story, it's sad, bro. Um, he would get left in cities. He wouldn't get paid. He wouldn't. So there's a time me and Zig
This
really
was all
talked.
during the reunion part.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, well, that was happening to him before
Oh,
we
even
started.
before. Okay.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
Zig was
Yeah.
getting left, they would actually take Zig off the cart and leave Magic on. They would have or Magic would have, well, I gotta perform first because guess what? They're both doing the same songs. So who do we want? Magic he was right here.
Yeah.
And he was the one that would make all the relationships with the radio station. So a lot of stuff, it's like if it was planned. I gotta get in here and talk to you because I'm I gotta put myself out there.
Yeah.
So, to make it short. And like I said, there's a lot to be said. Yeah, and then we did the whole reunion thing, and after that, we stopped it. And because he Magic knows the way I am, and he can't like manhandle me like that,
Hmm.
so I kind of like, okay, I'm gonna take this under my wing.
Yeah.
And now we're over. This year has passed. Last year we've been selling at every show. We just did Odessa, Texas. Last person that sold out that show was when Elvis was alive. So
Oh, yeah. I seen you guys posted something. Yeah.
and you know what? He's been doing tours, which is dope. Little Rob, that's my boy. Bash, them three. So
Hmm.
yeah, you're gonna bring a crowd.
Yeah.
All these shows that we've been doing, just me and Zig, sold
Hmm.
out. That's a blessing.
That's dope.
So
Yeah.
man, I praise God every day, man. That's without him, that's my real dad. Oh, what's your dad? Oh, that's my real dad. I don't know my real father, but I know this one. But we have a good story, bro. I found my family this year, which was dope. I never met them. Just got
Oh,
to meet
okay.
them. I hired my cousin over here, is one of our drummers, and it's working now, bro. And now I'm in a position where we're coming up. Our tour's coming up in March.
Okay.
We're already booked next year, and that's a blessing also. That we are, and I get to pay. Okay, He's gonna be in our show. He's gonna be in our show. Now that pro's like, Dos, you did what you know what you said you're gonna do, and we sold out these shows. Yeah, I want to do what you want to do. So just having something like that, bro,
Damn, that's cool.
and it's. Or I'm not a punk either, right? But it's just emotional for me because you're like your kids are there and they're watching what dad's fighting for. You can't. And I get emotional because, like I said, it wasn't supposed to happen to us, and we were nobody. When somebody's trashing you and you go above all that, that's already a win situation, bro.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have nobody.
Yeah.
Our team is my manager, me, Zig, my son, my family. That's it.
That's cool.
Nobody else, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
And we did it over 50 cities last year. Sold out, bro.
Oh, nice.
Without nobody. Yeah, we have local arcs here and there, but just us.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, and they're watching. They're watching everything we're doing. Well, guess what? They'll call promoters. They'll call arenas. They even try to stop us. Hey, that's hard. Why are you hiring them? You're supposed to da 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 da. And you know, bro, it's just like the Lord's working with us, brother.
Yeah, yeah.
And if I feel like this and I'm getting emotional, something's telling you that I'm telling you the truth. Because there's two sides, his, mine, and there's a truth. There's no reason for me to lie, bro. I already lost everything, bro. I lost everything, and we're at where we're at.
Man.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I could only imagine how everything after everything that happened, and then now and I was gonna ask you about that, like how you guys have been selling out every show
Yeah.
and everything. How is it now, like, since you guys are selling out and traveling, does that get tiring first off?
Yeah, I've been working on a torn meniscus for over a year now, and I'm supposed to get an operation, but he goes, you gotta take 6 months off or 3 months. I go, I can't. I'm booked. So I'm still like, it's tiring, bro. It's
Yeah.
tiring. My cousins see my family, like, you look tired. I am, man. I am. But you know what? I'm always thinking about how I'm gonna feed my kid next.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And keep NB Riders going because it's a hard job. It's not that easy, brother. It's
And,
not that
and
easy.
it's dope though because you guys are keeping MB Riders going, not just from like the shows. Like, my son was here earlier, and it was probably sometime last month. He was telling me about how he told his one of his friends from school. He's like, "Oh yeah, my stepdad. He made a song with one of the guys from MB Riders, which is
Yeah.
the song I was telling you that I did for my wife."
So
And he went to my website and he saw the pictures, like, oh, he worked with them, this and that, like, they,
yeah,
he's only 13,
yeah, yeah.
how do you guys feel that, like, how do you feel about that, like, 20
Uh,
plus years later,
uh,
the MB Writer's name is going generation to
yeah, yeah.
generation?
We're on our third generation, which is dope. We're talking about that.
Yeah.
And then like my kids, they go to school. They don't say I'm their dad.
Yeah.
They're actually embarrassed of me because I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm crazy. But in a cool way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just the fact that the ones that were there when we were young, now it's them, their daughters, now their kids.
Yeah.
And they're there and they're like, oh, we showed them all about you and they hear our songs and we had to bring them to the show and they love us. We're like, oh my God, that's a blessing, bro. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't. So no matter what, always take your picture. Always sign. I don't care if it has to be her hair, her shoe, whatever it is. Sign it however you want or whatever. Take your pic.
Yeah.
And because if it wasn't for them, there wouldn't be no us.
Yeah.
Bottom line, we always say that, and we feel like we got the best fans in the world.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
awesome,
saying?
man.
So when people get these people from jail or the wedding or if we made you hatch your baby, that's powerful. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? And we have to do that, but it's an amazing feeling just to write something in the kitchen, in the restroom, or whatever,
Yeah.
and 20 years later they're singing it. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
that's
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that's what's up, man, with that.
Yeah, man. Well, shit. I'm happy you guys are keeping it alive. I want to keep seeing you guys move forward and forward. Um, I do have another question for you though.
You can ask him too. I'm
Yeah.
already checking my
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, and I did want to ask you this, so I'll get to that one first. So when you guys are performing, are you on the road with them every time? You're
Yeah, usually.
yeah. How are you doing it? So everything's live, or is it just the drums and then you got everything else on the backbeat?
No, he's live.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
live.
Yeah, our music is
Everything
already
I'm
there.
playing is happening in front of you, you know?
Okay. Okay. How long have you been drumming for?
Oh, it's like as soon as I was able to walk, like for real, I don't know. I was like 4 maybe.
Oh, okay.
But then like seriously drumming, I was in 6th grade.
Okay. That's when
And
you took the
but
craft.
his music is not our music. He
Oh
does
no.
something. Yeah, he's in a different band. He got his own band.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, I
that's
do a lot of side drum, produce, guitar, everything.
Oh, cool, cool. And
Yeah.
you're from Texas, right? Is that
Yeah, I'm
where?
from
Okay.
El Paso.
Oh, cool, cool. Yeah, man. I mean, that's dope. Like you were saying, you have the family all together.
yeah,
Your son with you, your cousin. You said, right?
yeah,
Yeah, your
My
cousin.
primo.
It's just like me. Like with my studio, I got my wife behind the camera right
yeah.
now. My son, he was gonna help out and everything, but like I love keeping that circle there. Um, I do got I gotta ask you this.
Right.
So with everything that has happened and what's going on now, NB Riders album. Are we gonna see anything new?
We're working on it right now, actually,
Okay.
and it's gonna be ready before the tour.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, another cool story. We did a show with Kirko,
Uh huh.
and he hit us up. He thought we were new,
Mm.
and right after the show, he's like, "Hey man, you guys are dope. You guys got the crowd like on control. Like I don't know, you guys have the crowd control and all that." And he said that he wanted to do something with us. He goes, "I could get your fan base bigger and this and that." And me and my son were laughing. Like, "Oh, that's cool that you don't know us." We're working on a track next week, so he'll be on
Dope.
a new album.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we're working on little things here and there and stuff that, like I said, it's a blessing because those people never reached out to us.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
now they're reaching out to them, Zig, and they see us, bro. And you guys gonna be at the show today?
Yeah. We're
All
planning
right,
to. Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
good. So you guys see our show, and like I said, regardless of what I said today, I do respect Magic.
Sure.
I don't say nothing bad or I'll bless him soon. I tell people, hey, if you go see his show, go see his show. And we have two different shows. We're a little more energetic,
Uh huh.
but we do still the love songs and all that. But we have a great show too for everybody. And like I
Okay.
said, I hope everything goes good for him and God bless him, man. And we just stay in our lane.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That's awesome to hear,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys' time today. I really do. I'm gonna let you guys get back to it.
You need to talk
You know what I
more.
mean? So if you guys are cool with
No.
it, I mean, shoot, we can. I'm cool with it.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Then let's keep it going. Um, so back to what you were telling me right now about when Kirko was like, oh yeah, like he never heard of you guys.
Yeah.
I feel like with and I don't mean to category put you guys in this category, but like people put you under like Chicano rap, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think it's so hard for some of us in that
And that
category to like really like be up there? Like,
it,
what
man,
like what do you think it is? What's the stigma behind it?
because then it's gonna get a little. I just think, and it's kind of like Eminem. They say he's the best rapper in the world.
Uh huh.
Sometimes the other race, and I'm not saying they're right or wrong, but sometimes they can't take that.
Mm.
He can't. He's white. You're brown. Why are you gonna? Why you gonna? You're not the greatest rapper around. No, but you know what? We got our own thing.
Yeah.
And why we can we get up there? I don't know, man. That's just the way it is. But the cool thing, like, man, you're asking these questions that we're talking about. The whole like when they, oh man, you guys are icons. You guys are legends.
Yeah.
I don't see myself like that. I just, nah, man, we're just like you, man. But I tell my son at the same time, it's like, yeah, we are. But it's a blessing just for somebody to acknowledge you like that, or.
Yeah.
But I don't see myself. Yeah, say yeah, we are. But in a cool way. But I don't think, at least with our gente,
Hmm.
it's a blessing that they even acknowledge us like that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, yeah, we put a step on it because look how many people are trying to do or try to do the love songs that we did or do it with a talk box or because I
Yeah.
was hey, can we use a talk box and can we do this? I go and this is the secret to our stuff and I never told nobody. I go the problem is when people ask for a feature, like me and Zig when we do a song we sound like NB Riders,
Right, right.
okay? But when you ask, hey, those come do a song with me, or Zig, can you how much? Okay, well he's gonna give you a verse, but then you're like, why doesn't it sound like an NB Rider song? I go, here it is. Let me tell you something. You should ask me to produce it and us write it. You can write your own stuff for your verse, but let us do that. You're gonna see the difference.
Mm.
Nobody's ever done that. Everybody's just, hey, I just want to get a verse.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to, and you end up, it's gonna be your sound, your song.
Okay.
But if you want an MB Rider song, let us produce it, let us write it, and see what you get.
Mm.
I
Okay.
never told them this, like this is the first time I tell anybody. But and that's the difference.
And I meant to ask you about the sound too on MB Riders when I was asking you about the album. So when that album comes out, we're gonna get that original MB Riders style, like the
Yeah,
sound.
yeah, and you know what? And it's hard because the production is like it's kind of like not oldies, but that's like our oldies. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
Everything's like all new now.
yeah, but it's like Matt Magic. Like when we did his production, that was like some of it was Magic sound.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying. So other people when they try to do that, well, they still don't have that. But I could tell you what the sounds are to create that sound.
Mm.
So we're working with some people, but yeah, we're there.
Oh,
We're there.
cool,
We're
cool.
on that NB Rise, but at the same time, you do have to update some of your things,
Right, right,
but still use that same formula.
right.
Don't change that formula. Just just go with what's going on now.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
How do you guys, so like after all these years, how do you continue, like, not just the production side, but like writing these songs, these specifically, I know you guys don't just do love songs, but that's what you guys are known for, right? So how is it so easy? Like I was telling you earlier, I wanted to do that song for my wife, and I was writing some words, and I haven't written in a long time, and I
Yeah,
was writing some stuff, and I hit up Zig Zag. I was like, hey man, can you also write it? I'm like,
yeah,
I want you to say these things, but I need help with writing it,
yeah, yeah.
and then he ends up coming up with something, and he had his part too. Where where does this all come from?
Because if you guys told me, if I saw her and I see the way like I just can just look at you guys and see, just give me 10 minutes to see how you guys react with each other, how much you talked about her and all this. Now I'll put myself in your shoes
Mm,
and tell her that. And I'll
okay.
tell her what she's never heard from you.
Mm,
And because guys are afraid, they're so afraid of that other dude saying, oh, can we cuss?
yeah,
Okay, you're such a bitch. Why you always talking about? Because that's the way you're supposed to talk
yeah.
to
Right,
her.
right.
You talk to her like that, she's gonna be like, oh my God, you wrote that for me? And she'll know that's for her.
Right,
And a
right.
lot of stuff that we wrote is because they knew it was for them. I love taking if you tell me about your relationship, that's my fuel.
Mm,
And I start writing about you. And I mean, there's songs that I wrote about other people that happened we heard the stories on radio or whatever,
right.
and that's my verse. It's about your life.
Mm,
So, and that's what makes it dope. And a lot of people are like, man, it's just what you say. It's because we're not afraid to say, and that's what it worked too.
yeah.
Because we weren't afraid to be soft and, oh, you're just there. You get, no, it's just, so we say what you can't say for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you don't want to be that, I don't want to be that corny and soft. So I'll just put one of MB Rider songs and, but yeah, I could just, by you guys
Yeah.
talking or whatever, I could just write about you guys.
Damn.
That's my feel. That's what's dope about it. Especially when you see like dope stories that are really happening and it's a love story somehow.
Right.
Yeah, you just flip it, Do what you got to do.
Have you guys always written your songs, or did you
Yeah.
guys ever have songwriters?
No, I never had a songwriter.
No.
I always did my stuff. Zig always did his stuff. So,
Damn.
and my daughter once in a while she'll tell me, this and that. This don't sound good. But the cool thing about like me now,
Hmm.
I'll ask them. I ask my son and my daughter. No, that's not gonna work. And my daughter's pretty dope too. I think she's better than me. And she could rap too, and she
Yeah.
could. But it's not for her. Like she don't want to do it. But she writes for. She's only 17,
Mhm.
and she writes for them other artists that I signed.
Yeah.
She's wrote for them, and
Oh, that's cool.
and yeah, it's dope, But at least I have their ear because they're younger and they know what's going on out there.
Right.
So yeah, it's
Damn.
a dope thing, bro.
Yeah, that's dope. Um, you see your son trying to rap him as
I,
well,
you
or
know what? He
no?
don't tell me no. He keeps
No.
it to himself, but he's learning the biz. Actually, you know what? I'm honest truth. He made the deal for Kirk and us today.
Oh, really?
He
Damn.
thinks he's talking to me. He's talking to him. He's the one, making the deal. And you know what? He shut down the deal. He goes, okay, this is what they done.
That's dope.
Yeah, and he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
But he was the one that was talking to him. I go, hey, get a hold of him. Go on Instagram.
Yeah.
And we made it happen today.
Hell yeah.
Because my artist, I have an artist, his name is Poet. And he had a new beat. And I go, you guys want to hear it? And I go, man, this is a hit. I know this is a hit. But it's his song. I go, how do I tell him? And my daughter, he's just going to give it to him. He asked him this and that. I go, but I could hear somebody. I go, what do we put Kirk on that? Like, let me get a hold of him. And he made the deal. I called the other cat. He gave me the beat. Hey,
Yeah.
if it's for NB Ridaz, you got it.
Yeah.
So everything come together. And now I can't wait to hear it at the end,
Yeah.
So,
So you guys did your parts already and everything. is what you guys-
no, I just heard it has the hook already. It's the beat's
Oh,
laid
okay,
out.
okay.
All I got to do is send it to him, and I got to do my stuff, But I'm just by when you hear a name,
Mhm.
you got to go all out because now it's you against. It's like you versus Kirk now. Whose verse is gonna be better? And you got to challenge yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to be on the same level. I always tell people, and I go, and I tell them I don't want to take your money. I go, if you're gonna write it, and you want me to feature it, make sure we're on the same level. I don't want to. I'll write you or I'll perform you when you're gonna be down here and it's your song. If not, I won't take your money. There's one time I met these one cats, and we went to the house, and their parents were paying for the session because it was their record. They were young,
Yeah.
and they did their verse, and I did mine, and the parents like, what? Who's this? Who's this right here? They're like, well, that's us. Who's this? Oh, like later on, who's this? And I go, well, that's him. That sounds horrible. Why does he sound all good and you guys sound like? And I was embarrassed for them, And I was like, and that was their mom and their dad that were standing right there, and they're just looking at me, and I'm like, well, I don't. But I helped. I go, no, I'm gonna help them fix it and this and that, and like, oh, okay, because I'm not gonna be paying for that. I'm like, oh wow, bro. And and I did help them, but you can only get as much as the artist knows, and that's why sometimes I don't do that many features unless I know if you're ready for because I feel bad. You waste your money. I go, I don't want you to waste your money. You do just because you have a feature, and you don't do no video, nothing. It just sits there. I want you to have a hit when you're with us because whatever you put out has our name on it.
Right.
So I'm the type I don't do that many features. I'm very,
Yeah.
okay, who is it? And it's not okay. But if I see that you got something going on, I'll tell them, do you want to make this a video? I just try to find out who they are, and then okay, let's do it. So
Damn. Well, that's cool. I mean, I like that you guys actually put it all there. Like, I have different artists. I mean, I have different artists that come in, and I've had stories where they pay for a feature for a bigger artist,
Yeah.
and that artist asked them for the money, and they did nothing with it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, they just
yeah.
record the verse, send it. They don't even send the stems to it. Just
yeah.
literally everything all together as once. Boom, there you go.
No,
You know?
I'd rather be cool because at the same time, you do a good job, they're gonna hit you right back, brother. And you're trying to help your people or help other artists. To me, it doesn't matter who it is, but my job is to make sure that I help other artists with knowledge or no knowledge. I mean,
Yeah.
I just want them to do something good because you're working for that money Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
And don't waste your money on me if you ain't gonna do nothing with it, man.
Right.
Don't just because of the name. To me, I'd rather you have your money, spend it on your family or whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
And when you're really ready to put it down or knowing that you can do something with it, then hit me up.
If somebody gives you something that is
Whack.
whack, like, do you guys just turn it down, or or do you kind of just tell them like what you're saying, like, you know what, when you got everything ready,
Yeah,
you know?
I do, bro. I do.
Just respectfully decline. No?
Yeah.
You get the stamp decline. No, no, I'm real chill, man. I'm like, I like to give you like when I'm talking to you, pretty much I'm telling you, hey, just go back and work on it, and when you're ready, hit me back, man.
Okay.
I even like get dads that friends that can you talk to this guy because his son wants to start rapping, so we'll set up a lunch or something. Here we go, and then they show you their stuff, and you're like, oh man, I don't. In my head, I'm not telling him, but then I go, well, what do you want to do with yourself, or what's different from you than me?
Mm.
And then they're like, oh well, I know, and I hate when I hear I'm the next big thing.
Right.
I'm like, you know how many times I heard that? You're one out of a million that are in line,
Right.
you know? So I go, but I just tell them, keep doing this or cut your hair or do something.
Yeah.
But
Green.
yeah. But I never tell nobody that they're whack, and I'll just say, you know what, just go back and, or do another track.
Yeah.
I go, give me something new and then we could talk about it. But they really want to hear that their song is dope, and I can't be like that. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, not to bring up Magic, but when me and Magic used to be together and we used to have new artists come in and saying, oh, no, this is going to blow up AZ and da-da-da. We're like, all right, cool. Well, we can't hear it. And then we'll hear the song, and Magic's looking at you, and he's with a smile. And they're like, well, what do you think? He goes, nah, I don't think this is for you, bro. And then you're like, I would just look at them and like, kill their careers right there. You wouldn't hear from them no more, and that was it.
Oh,
and I just go, hey, man, you're a career killer. I go, you always killed everybody. But it would be funny. He goes, nah, well, I'll just keep it here. I go, but I'll let you know if something comes out of it. But some people have the knack of doing that, and some people just, I don't like hurting nobody's feelings, bro.
Right.
Because, I mean, a lot of people might think there is better rappers than me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say, there isn't or whatever, but there's a lot of them that are good. But what is it about you that makes you different?
Right.
You know, there's so many, there's like tons of rappers that have, where they'll tell you, oh, you got that cholo sound. Oh, you're hip-hop. You're a hip-hop head, but you're saying the same thing as he said. You're kind of like Eminem. You do Neymar, dummy, you're saying the same thing as he just did.
Yeah.
So what's so different? Why should I sign you? Why?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and just because you got 500 followers, you got to do more than that.
Right.
And for anybody, if they're going to do a record, go independent. Do it yourself. This whole label thing, it doesn't work.
No.
Everything's changed so much. Nah.
Yeah, now there's so much ways for you to push it. And
Yeah, do everything yourself.
yeah.
And don't be afraid to be different, man. You got to be different and do something that nobody else has done, and make sure it's different, man. Make sure it's different so you get that audience.
Yeah.
You know, and don't sell your soul either. Don't do none of that, man.
And you know what? Speaking of sounding different, I don't mean to jump back and forth and everything, but with your guys' NB Ridaz album coming out, are you guys gonna have Andres do any drumming, like any
I
actual
do.
live recording?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there has to be at least one. There got to be at least one in there.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to get to a space.
Right?
Yeah, it has to be different. As a matter of fact, I was gonna go there because I wanted to surprise them, and I want to say you come up with something, and then we'll vibe from there. We'll take it from there.
That's dope.
Because I want to give him a chance to, to produce. And actually, you know what? He sent me a track, and I go, and I really liked it. Like, hey, and it was his. I go, let me jump on it, and he goes, oh, well, it's not mine. Okay, well, he's gonna create me one that was kind of like that one.
Yeah.
I go, man, if you do something like that, that's dope. Because it was a heater,
No, what had happened was I like made all the music behind it, right? Because I have a studio kind of like this in my backyard, and I was like, well, I'm gonna make a track and like see what I can come up with, like pretend somebody's hiring me to make a song for them. So I made the song and all the music and all the instruments and everything, and I just found these vocal like sample packs. So I just placed them over that song.
Okay.
So that's what I sent him, but my computer like broke recently, and I have like no access to it. So I was like, I can't send you the track because it's gone like forever.
It's over. It's over.
It's over. I only have the final version of what I sent him. That's it.
Okay.
But yeah,
But
So aside from just drumming, you're actually making beats and
Yeah,
everything too.
I
Then.
make everything. Any genre you want, like I can make it. You know.
Oh, dope. Okay. I usually have artists that need beats, so I'll definitely keep in contact with you for
Andy
sure.
Jams, Instagram,
Andy Jams.
double M and a Z.
There you go. There you have it.
that'd be dope. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So you got your more work.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
I need money, so
Yeah. All right. Anything else you guys wanted to cover
Nah,
before I
man.
let you guys go?
No, man. Thank you for having us. And like I
Yeah.
said, just keep what you're doing. And like I said, you're doing a great thing, man. We need more people like you to
Appreciate that.
have a cool podcast like this and help out more locals.
Yeah.
Help out more locals, man. Push them out. There's people that really do have that that gem could be coming out of that needle from the haystack could be coming out of Yuma. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you should have stopped. You should have kept going, even though you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you just never know. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And when you want to work with somebody, just pick their brain, man. Pick their brain. Find out how you can get better. And that's for any artist. How you can get better. The resources that are out there. Any connection you have, use it.
Yeah.
But my golden rule is don't never burn a bridge
Yeah.
because you never know. You know that's why I'm cool with everybody, regardless of how the situations are.
Yeah.
Be cool with everybody because sometimes you're gonna meet them again. And hey, things could change, man. The Lord's good. Where I forgive everybody, regardless.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so let's just make this money together.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You feel me?
Cool.
And let's get it.
Yeah.
And hope to see you guys tonight, man. Hope
Yeah,
you guys
yeah,
go.
no, for sure. We'll be stopping by over there. We just got to pick up my daughter, and then we'll head out.
Oh yeah,
over
we
there.
perform late, so just let you guys know.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
I was talking to Justin about that.
There's
That's
people
right.
asking, we guys go. I don't know.
at night.
At night.
Yeah. No, yeah, we'll be out there. We'll for sure. We'll stop by your
All right,
guys'
my brother.
booth. You guys are gonna be having like merch right
Yeah.
there and everything too.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
already being set up right now.
Oh, cool. Meet and greet and everything too. then,
Yeah,
huh?
signing autographs, meet and greet,
Cool.
taking people,
Pictures.
have people buy us free food, whatever they want to do.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, did you guys hear that? Buy free food. No, no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Buy
we're
me a
there to
Dos
meet everybody,
Equis.
bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're here for you guys, man. Today's time is for Yuma.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
let's
That's
get
good to
it.
hear. All right, guys. Well, really appreciate you guys coming out again. Really do. Looking forward to tonight's show. And to all you artists out there, let's take your sound to the next level. Get your music professionally recorded, mixed and mastered with us. You can book a session with us today. Just go to www.precisiontunestudios.com, or you can give us a call at 928-261-9167 so we can discuss the details of your project and get it locked in.
Can we get them to do his Instagram one more time?
Hell yeah, yeah. Go ahead. What's
Oh,
Oh,
yours?
it's Andy Jams, ANDYJAMMZ.
There you go. And then where could they find NB Riders at?
The Real NB Riders on Instagram, on Facebook. NB Riders on Facebook.
Cool.
And we're on everywhere, Spotify and all that stuff. So
There
you
you
can
go.
find us everywhere. So and catch our new tour next year. I can't tell you what the name of it is yet, but it has a cool little lineup, man. So we're
Cool.
excited about that. But it'll be in March. It starts in March. Even though we'll still have shows coming up, but the tour starts in March. So
Cool.
we're excited.
Cool. All right. Awesome. We're looking forward to seeing all that then. Continue doing what you guys are doing. Till then, guys, catch you guys next time.
And I think the tour's going till Central.
Oh, okay.
So if they do, hit me up and I'll get you in. You're my guest. Feel me?
Appreciate that.
You and your wifey.
Awesome.
Let's get it.
Hey, thank you. Really appreciate it. There you guys have it.